Very exciting news. On the same day Gabby's book, Bad with Money, came out, my friend's book also came out, and my quote's on the back.
So Allison had a very fun day on January 1st where my Bad with Money book is out. You can get it wherever books are sold. And then her friend Rebecca Hanover's book came out, and Allison is thanked in my book and is a blurb on Rebecca's book.
Yeah, this book is incredible, and I just want to take this moment to tell all of you to get it. It is about clones at boarding school. I got to read it ahead of time. I described it as a page turner that more than delivers on its premise.
So do you feel like a book expert? Because you read a lot, and you are like now thanked and blurbing books. So I feel like you're like a book expert.
Honestly, getting to do this felt cooler than having our book come out.
Because this is like someone actually cares about your opinion.
Or like, yeah, like this looks fucking legit. Like a lot of people have books. So in honor of the excitement that I felt being on the back of Rebecca's book,
Sure.
I wanted to talk about like what we're proud of.
Hey!
Because we never talk about the good stuff.
Wow. Right before this, you said this is going to be a feel-good episode.
I did.
What are you proud of?
One thing I think about a lot is that our book tour.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy.
It was crazy that happened.
We went on a national book tour and performed an hour-and-a-half live show for a book that then became a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I can't believe that we pulled off like a intricate variety show.
I know. I didn't know how to write one of those, and then I just went bloop 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 bloop.
No, it was great. And like and the videos were good, and people came to it.
People came. That was wild.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm talking about like what cities I've been to, I'll be like, oh yeah, I went there on my book tour. Who gets to say that?
And then people go,
then
you're
leave.
an asshole.
Yeah, no one keeps the conversation going.
It's funny because it's hard to appreciate the stuff that's going on while it's going on.
Yeah, well, because there was also a lot of fear of like, are we going to fuck up this hour-and-a-half live show?
Yes.
Is anyone going to come?
Yes.
Will the book do well?
Yes.
But it's in like hindsight, it's like, oh, all those things are fine, and we got to have this crazy experience.
I often think about like what we're gonna tell our kids, like what we did.
I'm not gonna
like
speak to my kids.
when they'll be like, Mom, what did you do when you were younger? And I'll be like, oh, well, this, and this, and they'll be like, whoa, or they won't care. But
well, I was recently thinking about giving it all up to just work at a dog organization, and then I was like, oh wow. So then it'd be like when I talk to my kids, I'd be like, back in the day, I was kind of successful in the industry, and they'll be like, no, Mom, you just play with dogs.
Whenever you want to give up, you want to work for a dog organization, and when I want to give up, I want to run for city coroner.
Yeah,
I think I would be an amazing medical examiner.
Okay.
And it's an elected position, so if no one runs against me, like, and I'm not qualified,
no,
it's like,
I know.
whatever.
We've talked about this a lot.
Yeah, anyway, I'm proud of the Bad with Money book. I wrote a whole book. It took a year, and I did it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting in front of the computer to start and just being like, how do you start writing a book? And then just being like, you gotta write words. and it's hard to do nonfiction because with fiction, whatever we wanted to do, we could just make up. Like with Please Send Help, our book that comes out in July, we just kept going, let's just make up crazy stuff. Yeah. Like that book's off the rails.
Well, let's not really pitch it that way.
I just mean it's fun. It's like so fun because we could just make up.
There's
whatever.
also a plot and there's character arcs.
Of course, but
we tried really hard.
I'm saying we could just make it fun versus like a nonfiction book where I had to like do research and like it was like kind of a drudgery terrible. For a while.
I'm proud of Gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's probably not going to get a second season, which is devastating. But I made a whole season of like a scripted show by myself. Not by myself at all. Oh my God, cut that. But like my vision for a show, like became a show. Mm-hmm. And like with 12 episodes and like so many cast members and you know, I forget I did that a lot.
You forget?
Yeah, because it's like as soon as it's done, it's like, oh, what's the next thing? Is my career over?
What would be good for like a New Year's resolution, even though I guess those are cheesy, but like would be to be happy about the thing that's happening while it's happening. There's that quote that's like, think about you a year ago, how excited they would be for you now.
See, my problem is that's not the case. My life a year ago was way better. I had so much more going on. So I'm honestly kind of like struggling with like, so now I have to be like, wow, past me was cool.
I get it. No, I'm saying the thing, I don't mean you at this current time. I mean like what you've accomplished. Like past you would be like, whoa, look at what you've accomplished in this time.
It's hard because I feel like I have plateaued, if not declined.
This is the problem with productivity culture, is you're allowed to have lulls.
Yeah.
You're absolutely allowed, but people think you aren't. Life is so long. Do you know that you're 29?
What?
I mean, I'm just saying you're not even 30. To be like, I've plateaued is lunacy. People who are 40 would smack you in the face.
Yeah.
So, like, you're 29 years old.
Is that why people keep slapping me?
I just mean, like, I think we're so young and we don't have any concept of it. And then we're like, we've already done this, this, and this. And then people are like, oh my gosh, wow. And we're like, it wasn't that cool. But it was.
Yeah, it was super cool. It's also hard because there's always people doing other stuff than you. So you have to not compare yourself to that. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing I'm proud of. Being hired to write a feature.
Yeah, which you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. And I'd been hired for TV, but
Yeah.
I've never been hired for a feature. And so that's exciting.
Yeah,
And like, well, what's really cool is that it's the company that I used to be an assistant at. So like I used to have to like park in the parking garage and like get there at 8:30 in the morning and like sit at a desk and like freak out about like if Eugene Levy got to his meeting. And now I go and there's a sign with my name on it right by the entrance, my own parking spot, and I go and have meetings where I'm the writer.
So that's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How did that happen? I tricked them.
When I lived in New York and other friends of mine would write books or would get book deals, I would like cry. I would like beat myself up and cry, and I'd be like, I'm garbage. I'm never gonna accomplish anything. By the way, I was like 24, so like there's no reason to be upset. Now I have 2 books and that are out, and it's like
soon you'll have 3 books.
I have 3 books coming out just in 2019. I'm fine. I was fine then, and I'm fine now.
We weren't really fine then.
No, I was,
but for other reasons.
And I think we don't appreciate that enough, like, in the moment, and we're in such a rush. Even, like, now, like, I'm gonna be 31. There's no rush. Other than, I'm sure, like, you know, for acting reasons, I'm just, like, shriveling up, and they'll cast me as someone's mother soon, but, like...
Oh, you could play a mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna be, like, a 25-year-old's mom in, like, a year, but that's fine.
I'm proud that I keep Sugar alive.
Mm-hmm.
I know that that's stupid, but like I've wanted a dog my whole life, my own dog, and then I got the dog. I have a great relationship with the dog, and I keep the dog alive. That's pretty cool.
It's hard. Like, it makes me think that a kid will be so hard.
Oh yeah, that's what I kept telling you.
But it's really hard to have a dog.
Yeah.
Because I have one now too.
My dog's pretty easy.
Your dog is, I would say, louder, but easier than Beans.
Yeah. So loud.
Beans is, Sugar's louder, but Beans is so needy.
Where I volunteer, there's a category of dog called teal paw, and that means they're like, that you have to have gone to a teal paw training to walk them because they're like difficult. And I think Sugar would be teal paw. I do, because of how bad she is on a leash.
Yeah.
She barks at dogs so much. I think she would be.
But you handle it. Like, you would have freaked out earlier in your life.
Yes, now I'm just like, shut the fuck up.
I behave better in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I used to behave like an asshole, and now I behave so much better. And I don't care. I'm not mad at people anymore.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yeah. No. You're very different.
I'm really different.
Yeah, I am too, but my change happened first, and so now you're getting all the attention for your change. Last night I just tried to scream louder than she was barking.
Oh, wow. That's a good, I guess that's a good.
She thinks I'm barking with her.
Yes,
That's
no,
the problem.
Absolutely.